So Paldea Evolved booster boxes are going to be hitting $300 here very soon, especially with the sale coming up. I really think in like a day or two, these are going to be $300, and we need to also look at supply. I think it's very possible that will happen. And looking at where Paldea Evolved is right now at about 300, and this is by far at this point the most expensive booster box of the Scarlet and Violet era, and it will be the first booster box in the Scarlet and Violet era to hit $300 officially after being released, because technically you could say that like Journey Together or maybe Destined Rivals has been above 300, but those have all been on pre-order, and that doesn't really count in my opinion. So this will be the first booster box to officially really hit $300 a booster box. And if you were to go back in time, you probably would have thought it'd be Surging Sparks, but that has not happened. They went to around 260, 270, then they drop, and they've continued to drop, which I'll show you guys the prices of which they're at now. But Paldea Evolved will be the box to hit $300. Now, I think Paldea Evolved at this point being the standout shows the strength of the set. And honestly, in my opinion, I feel like Paldea Evolved could sort of be maybe like a Fusion Strike situation where early on no one really cared for it, but then a few years later down the road it surprised everybody. I feel like Paldea Evolved showing the strength out of all these sets and booster boxes right now. Buying at this price point, if you think about where this will probably be at in a year or two, I don't think it's that bad. Does it suck that in the past like maybe 6 months it's gone up so much? Sure, but I think the strength we're seeing here with the set, buying at 300 isn't that bad. So on the TCG player sale, if you can find any of these for around 300 or a little bit under, I think it's a decent pickup. I recently had just bought some of these. I just bought a couple of them, not many, because I'll tell you, it's almost impossible to find these for under market. Like, this is definitely a box that seemingly is getting pretty scarce. So I'd personally be probably buying them if I were you guys. But I picked a couple up for under 250 because I was just able to find a deal. But other than that, it's like literally impossible to find these for under market at this point. But yeah, this will be the first booster box to hit 300 here. So if you look at sales volume, you can see. You can also just look at this chart. It has been going up recently. Sales volume for this box has been very consistent, and it's been pretty high. Now, if you look to see how many booster boxes are under 300, there's not that many. You can see on this page there's 6, then there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, and then we hit it. So 16 boxes for under 300. I don't even know if this needs the sale to do it, because there's been a couple, like 10 boxes being sold every single day in the past couple days. But hey, maybe if it doesn't hit it, definitely I think the sale will probably drive these up to 300. Now, if you actually look further after this, we'll count to see where it hits its next price move. So 16, what was that? 15, 16, 17, 18, 23, 25, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. 68, 69, 74. So it's a lot here. 74 plus 12. What is that? 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. And then we start to go crazy here. So there's probably around 100 boxes under 400. Now, it seems like a lot, right? Because I mean it is, but look at how consistent the sales volume has been around this price point. I mean, obviously it might decrease when it goes up, but this in a year, think about it. Like I said, there's 100 boxes listed right now. If this hype sort of continues and Paldea Evolved is the standout, and I could really see this in a year or two, probably being could be similar to like I said, Fusion or some of these boxes, which is why I'm telling you guys right now, buying at 300 doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't seem that bad for this set, that it's just been the standout of this era out of all these sets. So I think Paldea Evolved is probably one of the best buys in Scarlet and Violet right now. Also considering it's one of the older sets, and it's been reprinted multiple times, so the likelihood it gets reprinted again is pretty low in my opinion. Now, if you go on eBay, you will see here how hard and pretty much impossible it is to find these for under market. So you can see all these are basically at market: 295, 300, 350, 295, 300, like 300, 340, 315. You can see how scarce this box is, and literally this box at this point is almost 2 years old. I think it's like a month it'll hit like 2 years old. It's this scarce already. It could, I think in theory, still get reprinted, but if it's this scarce and this box is not even 2 years old, buying at 300, I'm telling you, doesn't seem that bad. So that's just my thought on Paldea. I think just it being the standout and looking at the scarcity of this product this early on shows something. So I just think 300, even though it's gone up considerably in the past few months, I really don't think it's that bad at 300 in the grand scheme of things. Now, I want to just go over a few other boxes that are, sort of interesting to look at. Specifically, Surging. Surging was really the box I think everybody saw going to 300, but you can see where it peaked at. This was the peak at 265, and if you look at what's happened the past month, you can see prices have gone down pretty drastically. I think there's another reprint coming for this booster box, I believe. And right now it's at 225. It's gone down considerably from 265 to 225. Considering this is a newer set, there's a lot of hype for it, but hype has sort of died down, and now it's at 225. And this is even more crazy looking at this price point, and this was like super hyped up. Looking at it being at 225, and then looking at some other boxes that are also the same price. For example, Twilight Masquerade. Twilight Masquerade also got reprinted recently, and these are the exact same price now as Surging Sparks. I don't think many people probably would have thought that would have happened to Surging Sparks being this low, but it's happened. Now, Obsidian Flames, same thing. It's basically the exact same price as Obsidian Flames. Now, Surging being the same price as Obsidian, and just Obsidian being this expensive is kind of absurd, but it is an older box, I guess. But yeah, it's surprising to see how much Surging Sparks has gone down. And at one point, Surging Sparks and Paldea Evolved were basically the same price. But now, Surging is way under Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved now $290. Surging's at $220. Now there's a $70 difference. So Paldea Evolved now is by far the most expensive box in the Scarlet and Violet era. And if there's no more reprints for that box, I'm telling you, just based on what I'm seeing here with supply and the scarcity, 300, it's I know it's maybe rough to some people out there to buy at that price, but like I said, you widen the lens a little bit and see like in a year or two where this might be, looking at Sword and Shield movements right now, I think 300, in a few years, if it moves and behaves like some of these Sword and Shield boxes, I think it's one of the better buys right now out there, just because it's just showing so much strength, and it is a older Scarlet and Violet set, so the chance of getting reprint is a lot lower. So for me, if you're going to buy any Scarlet and Violet box, even though it is the most expensive one, I think it's probably the best buy out there in my opinion. You could maybe argue Scarlet and Violet base, that's like $200, but just being the standout set, the Magikarp's a very strong illustration rare, one of the most iconic artworks in this era. I think buying it, right now, it's not that bad. And like I said, I recently just picked up some. I really would have liked to buy some more. I'm looking for more. I'm consistently looking for deals out there. If I can find any in the mid 200s, I'm snap buying them, because I saw a couple of them listed. And I just bought them instantly. So that's just me. I think Paldea Evolved, very strong set. It's going to be $300 here very soon. And on the sale, if you want to buy some of them, get 10% back. That's $30. If it's $300, I really think this is one of the standout sets, and it's just showing it early on. And like I said, it's only 2 years old. It's already performing this good. In a few years from now, and when it's like officially out of print, yeah, 300, I don't think it's that bad. So that's all I want to say here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys have been buying Paldea Evolved. I think Paldea Evolved is just a standout by far. And if I were you guys and you don't have any, probably would be buying them, even if you have to pay 300. I really don't think in a year. Just in a year or two when this box is 3 or 4 years old, 300 is not that bad suddenly. So that's all I want to say here. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one.